It's Dwarfin time. Welcome back, everybody, to the world of Ushul-Menbaz, the realm of enchanting, and the fortress of Akbard-Tharnas, Doomslayer. I'm the ocean man from the land. Only I understand. I will be living in the nearest water source of your bar because I live in liquids. But hi, welcome on in, ocean man. Thank you for the first time chat. I'm sure we can find you a suitable vessel to park yourself on. So, I have heard some ocean man tape. Oh my god, that, you know, we need to do Civ 6 again at some point. Okay. I have heard something from the Dwarf Fortress subreddit that I want to try out. SpongeBob brain. Something that makes diving into hidden gem vaults and such a little bit safer. You got flashbanged by Frege? I'm sure you did something to deserve it. Quote number 17. Just because it's made of teeth doesn't mean it's going to kill you. It's true, I did say that, and if there was one thing that you could count on look outside for, it was, you know, there was a lot of stuff in there that had a whole lot of teeth. Some of it did want to kill you, and some of it didn't. Ah, yeah, that'll do it. Isn't it like a plush, though? I thought you'd be okay. Okay, these are all of the magma furnaces that we're building up here. Very excited for that. What makes you think I didn't notice, Ash? Let's see. The Countess Transfem meets with the human keeper of the seal. Thank you for the delicious egg. Okay, the world is the same as ever. Okay, the humans are just here to negotiate. Okay. People kept going down here to do something, it seems, and then it says, interrupted by a might fiend. So, they're seeing this demon here through the hole in the wall, and are just kind of panicking. We might have to lock that up for the time being. But first, I want to try something. Hi there, Life Forcer, how you doing? Did you see that Kit Boga actually put out a new thing today? In fact, I think he, and you know, he was, you know, screwing with more, screwing with more AI chatbots that were, you know, out trying to steal everyone's money. See. It seems like the human merchants who came to trade are just batting away zombies here. Just zombie keys, nothing major. Notice what? There is no there is no picture embossing, say. Oh. 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 A vile force of darkness has arrived. The army is commanded by the Bison Demon Geshak HobbledPuppet, the speck of silt, An ancient and horrible demon escaped from the underworld before the dawn of time. In the year 1, Geshak became the master of the Hell of Meetings. With them comes a war cave dragon from the dark goblin fortress of Steel Dive. This is one of the things that I wanted to accomplish before we, if we ever wanted to wrap up this fortress. The Bison Brute Geshak is something of an ancestral foe of our civilization. Hundreds of years ago, this demon slew one of our dwarves, among many other things, and stole one of our artifacts, and then set about turning this artifact into a symbol of office for itself and for its civilization. And so this thing has been present in the world for over 600 years. Now it's come to finish off what's left of our civilization. It's on the map somewhere, and apparently is using stealth because we cannot see it. It's time to satisfy a grudge. And if there's one thing that dwarves are good at, satisfying grudges. We are going to order all of our dwarves into the burrow. And these humans, they're on their own. We're going to lock the doors to the bridge because they have emerged on the other side of the river, which means that they will have to... They'll either have to swim across the river, which the demon is more than perfectly capable of doing, or they'll path around the river, go through all of the layers of traps and doors, which gives us time to set up our siege equipment. Engineers, man the siege weapons. We've got a fortress to defend. Hi, Obsidian. How you doing? Dumed Amarush, the ghostly mason, has risen and is haunting the fortress. Alright. Just on Overwatch? Nice. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Get the, okay. We've got the dwarves in. Okay. I'm gonna pull this lever, lock everything up. Currently crafting the mines. I've been tempted to make a one of our fortresses named Avosregoth or Minecraft. Is now a good time to ask the fortress to change its import policy of non-dwarven literature? We've actually been buying up a fair amount. Today, let's see. I think I even bought some literature from the humans. At the very least, I bought some parchment from them, so that we can make our own literature. Okay, where was that cave dragon? And unfortunately said we cannot get it because it is not our own cave dragon. However, I am more than happy to give you one of your own. Because we have a fair few of them now. And we are probably going to need to disgorge every last cave dragon and, you know, probably a bunch of grizzly bears from our pens if our military is to survive this day. This dwarven spearmaster here. Let's give him a cave dragon. The end is near one way or another. So on the one hand, we have a number of different, we have our oldest military squad, all legends in their own right, led by Sydney Stay of Doomslayer. All of them equipped with some of the finest gear we were able to make at the time, carrying their personal preference of weapons. Yeah, no nunchucks, but still. We also have a squad that has been very recently promoted. They're going to be our last line of defense because most of them have barely come out of training. And of course, we have the Mothram Nazush, those of cursed blood. I think if we are to survive this day, we may need to have the living and the dead work hand in hand. Because risking getting everybody killed, it's if we leave the vampires in their enclosure, then they may be just some of the last ones to get cut down. On the other hand, if we bring the vampires out to fight with the living dwarves, maybe one or two get eaten. But maybe that is a risk that we take. Need some upgrades to one of your Magic at the Gathering decks? Nice. All right. We just let out every dragon that has a name. I'm gonna let the siege operators come on up here. We're gonna let the heavenly knives move on up to a defensive position. Ambush. Where is the bison brute? Jacobs is apparently sneaking an extra drink to one of our dwarves. Minkus has turned into a were-bison. Now Jacobs is sneaking a drink to another dwarf. Perhaps Jacobs is not the most reliable bartender. Shoving drinks in everyone's faces. You have to be a fool of a bartender. Okay. Here we go. He's helping them to get through the day. I don't blame them. They're basically just like, drink them if you got them, because if the goblins have their way, then we may all be dead in a moment. Oh hey, their cave dragon got caught in one of the cage traps. Unfortunately, we cannot really use it. We may have to try butchering it. Tomorrow is not promised, especially not in the world of Dwarf Fortress. Another zombie Kia bashed down. I was kind of hoping more zombies would encounter the goblins, to be honest. Oh shit, there it is. Geshak HobbledPuppet, the speck of silt. You use the meat as bait. It's not a good way to talk about the humans. Oh, okay. This is it. Gongith. An elkman bone scepter. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. At least I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that thing used to be ours. And then this. I've not seen this before. Desolimar Emethzengod. This is a bismuth bronze battle axe. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. On the item is an image of Vabok Anguish-Whipped the Dwarf and dwarves in native copper. The artwork relates to the appointment of Vabok Anguish-Whipped to the position of the Hammerer of the revered Quake in the year 1. So an artifact bismuth bronze axe in the hands of a demon. That's a hell of a weapon. No pun intended. So now we keep an eye on this. It's Jova. So now we just gotta see, okay, this demon recognizes that it can swim. Will she make her way through the river towards us? Or will she simply try to batter her way across the bridge? Nope, she's just straight up swimming over. Oh, she's running. What has she spotted? The demon reminds you of a death angel. Yeah, the sprite is pretty, Oh no. Oh, there's no way we're gonna be able to fight this thing in melee. A great feathered bison twisted into humanoid form. It squirms and fidgets. Beware its deadly dust. She is incredibly skinny. Deadly dust is one of the worst possible things. Yeah, the game does not have that many assets for Mega Beast twisted into humanoid form. Yeah, Deadly Dust is like one of the worst and nastiest attacks that creatures can have. It may sound like a fantasy drug, but basically what it does is it blasts dust out in every direction. It pushes everybody back, and on top of that, it also has an additional syndrome that it might inflict on people. The syndrome could be anything from mild fever to nausea to just bleeding to death from every orifice. There's a whole bunch of its frozen extract out here right now. And looks like a zombie cat that it just killed. You fight it yourself? You're welcome to try. It kind of is an asbestos beam when you think about it. She's stuck up a tree. Oh, there she goes again. The zombie cat keeps attacking her, which honestly, I'm very impressed with. It says, I was attacked. I'm not uneasy. Okay, it hacks the cat in the lower body, and the severed part sails off in an arc. It gets back up as a zombie, and half the cat attacks it. It then hacks the head off of the cat. This thing sounds overpowered. It is a 600-foot tall demon, so yeah, it is pretty overpowered. Luckily, there is only one of it in the world to rule over its entire civilization. That said, we are trying to rule over hell. Or at least kill a bunch of demons inside it. Alright. We will see how this thing approaches us. It's like a demon... Yeah, it's basically a demon queen. One of the gods... before the world had recorded history, the gods of the particular world that we've generated will basically reach out to the underworld to try and find a demon that matches their agenda. So basically, you know, gods of war will find a demon that matches their warlike disposition. A god of disease may find a demon to spread pestilence. A demon of hunting, a god of hunting will find a demon that wishes to stalk its prey, and they will summon it into the world to rule over a nation of goblins. And that's why most goblins are, prone to treachery and murder. It's not their fault. They were basically forced to behave this way by a demon. If you bring up goblins in a dwarven society, they will adopt the morals of the dwarves that they're living amongst. Oh hey, an artifact. One of our teamsters is taken by a fey mood. Okay. It'll be interesting to see what they get. Ooh, a clothier's workshop. Very cool. Oh, really? The Forgotten Beast, Sathu Sakathutha, has come. A gigantic ribbon worm composed of praise. It has a spiral shell and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its poisonous sting. That's disgusting. And also quite formidable. Sure, it doesn't have any bones or whatever, but it's also made of a gemstone, meaning that it does not have any kind of blood to lose. It does not feel fear. It does not feel panic. It doesn't feel hatred. It just, oh no. Oh, it's down in the layer of the caverns we have access to. I squirm and fidget too, but you don't hear me boasting about it. Okay, yeah, this area is open and there are civilians down there. Okay, shit. Hopefully our defenses can hold off the demons until they're through the defenses. We've got to move our best squad to take out that Forgotten Beast. Heavenly Knives. We've got a different target. Sid is going to take her squad and beat the shit out of this thing. What a fitting name, though. The Ominous Mine. That's a fantastic name for something that, you know, is a forgotten beast that exists underground to terrify all dwarven kind. Alright. We're going to find out what happens with all of this nonsense after the break. So, everybody get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is you need to do, and we will be right back. Alright, everybody. We're back. Found out today the pink nail polish used on Monday comes off in water. So I'm going to use some different nail polish today. Nice. It's always good to experiment with different types. We scrungling, as you wish. Sometimes we have to face a demonic invasion while being a little bit silly. Okay. Quote number 26. I don't have time for you, penis head man. I did say that, yes. Oh yeah. You know what else we could use? While we're waiting for these people to break our doors down, let's set up some more bolt throwers. Okay. You know she's killed that cat multiple times, but she still failed to mangle the corpse. Any time a corpse is any time on a reanimated biome that a corpse is not mangled, it just gets back up. Moody Dwarf can't find needed item. Oh shit. What do you need? Cut gems, stone boulders, yarn cloth, logs. Okay, okay. We can work this out. We've got a tree farm up here. Ooh, nether cap. That would be perfect. Hate penis headman. Such a dickhead. Indeed. Okay. So, logs, boulders. We've got plenty of boulders. We want yarn cloth. We've got a loom nearby. Did I not put a loom on this floor? Okay, I know I put at least one loom up here. Okay. Weave yarn into cloth. Do that now. If we have any. Okay, clearly we do not. Okay. Get shearing and spin that thread. Okay. Meanwhile, the gigantic ribbon worm is just making its way casually towards the fortress. You know what? Just in case they don't make it back in time, I think it's time we unleash the vampires. This is what they were made for, after all. The Tarnished Stars are the monsters that we made to fight other monsters. Update your equipment, vampires. We've got a demon to kill. Monsters you made to fight other monsters. What can possibly go wrong? Well, it turns out quite a bit, because we've lost a couple of dwarves, well, more than a couple, to vampire attacks already.
Hey, bitch!
Hey, Minkus, how you doing? Huh, you know, they haven't made any attempt to get... Why is this demon just hanging out in a pool? They do get hungry. They do need a little sippy sip every now and then. Bath time. Having a decent day? I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing well. We are under siege. Okay, we're gonna let the siege engineers off to rest for a moment, because they may just starve before this demon makes its way out. Okay. The vampires stand ready. They don't need to rest or eat. If they see someone fall over, you know, if they see someone who just fall asleep, they will make their way over and have a little sip until there's nothing left. Seems they've started shooting at the vampires already. Ooh, it looks like Sid is fighting the Forgotten Beast. Okay, the Forgotten Beast strikes at the militia captain. She blocks the shot, bashes them in the shell, fracturing it. Another block. She bashes the creature in the shell again. She then goes for it with her fingernails. 2 misses by the Forgotten Beast. She punches the Forgotten Beast, apparently, like, Sid, did you just forget your weapon? Or is, like... I think she's already done. Yeah, she was bashing it with her lead mace. Let's see how this went down. Yeah, okay. Punched it, scratched it, bashed it again and again. And then finally, looks like she kicked it. The attack glanced away. Okay, who did the final hit then? Okay, it looks like one of the grizzly bears comes in, and then a master lasher hits it. Okay, there we go. It is dead. Killed by the dwarf Lor Asenalas using a silver whip. You know what? Well done. Between you, you all put down a terrifying threat to the fortress. Alright, we're gonna send the Heavenly Knives back out to their station now. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. That demon is not going to go away. Not anytime soon, anyway. Let's see what happens if we unlock the door, if it realizes that that it has a route over to us. Oh, it realizes. Looks like one of the where's the demon? Why is the demon not on the list anymore? Shit, that was quick. He just zoomed over here. Has he died already? Has she died already? Holy shit. Okay, the Goblin Holy Hollow is fighting. Okay. Giant Wolf is fighting. Okay. He very much had the zoomies. Okay. The militia commander... Okay, so Ari bashed it. Okay, the Bison Brute did just run straight across the bridge. Master charged at Ari, tumbled backwards. She stands up, bashes him in the arm. Militia commander bashes the master in the lower body with her... I think that's a lead warhammer. Bruising the muscle and bruising the guts. Bashes them in the right foot, which twists the leg. Bashes them in the upper leg, chipping the bone. Bashes them in the foot. Bashes the master in the left hand, fracturing the bone. Bashes the master in the right hand, chipping the bone again, twisting the lower arm. Ari says, how fragile we are. This does not scare me. Looks like everybody started getting involved in this. Okay, we're gonna go back up to the demon's combat logs. Oh, it looks like some of the, even the regular helper vampires got involved on this. Master strikes at the one of the vampires, which are blocked with an iron shield. The mummy slayer bashes them, chipping the bone. The master, oh shit. One of the vampires, okay, the master bites the dwarf hammerlord vampire in the lower front teeth, and the severed part sails off in an arc. So this bison demon leans down, somehow just kind of grabs one of the, just like bites one of the vampires just in the teeth, just full on makes out with this dwarf and just rips her lower teeth out. Man, I hope she's still able to feed. Okay. They start bashing. The vampire deftly parries with the artifact axe. There's bashing, there's more bashing. There's a reason that all of these creatures have hammers, which may not be the best weapons for this job. It's because we live in a reanimator biome, and I don't want things to get back up as zombies. Oh shit, the master hacks the dwarf hammerlord in the left lower arm. Okay, but the attack is deflected by the gauntlet, bends the left elbow, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone twice. Oof. At least they still have the arm. Strikes block with the iron shield. Strikes another strike to the mouth with the pommel of her axe, bruising the chin, twists the head, tearing apart the fat and the upper spine's nervous tissue. Oh shit. Okay. I'm pretty sure that one of these vampires is going to be permanently paralyzed from this then. She then boasts by saying, I have improved my axe. That was not satisfying. Hacks one of the vampire lords in the left foot, but it's deflected by the boot. Still tears muscle apart. More bashing and lashing. Holy shit, this goes on for a while. A lot of, this is incredibly... It's a good thing this armor is so durable. Master hacks the dwarf hammerlord in the lower body, but the attack is deflected by the breastplate. Ah, here. After this last bash to the right hand with the silver warhammer, you can see that the demon, like, their hand must have finally been broken because they drop their axe. Like, having that bismuth bronze axe was probably their, like, best shot at, like, causing any real damage to us. Grabs one of the dwarf vampires by the fourth toe. She then says, I have mastered dodging. That was not satisfying. She finally becomes enraged here. So, being enraged means that she would only take the most reckless attacks. So, we've kind of got her on the ropes here. Releases the grip, places a chokehold on one of the vampire's throats. A chokehold. A chokehold on a vampire. A chokehold.
Choking the blood supply.
They don't need to breathe. They don't need their blood. Choking them is doing nothing. But that did put the demon in a prime position for others to start hitting her in the head. You can see here there's a skull fracture that bends the neck, to which she then cries out, I've been injured badly, there is no hope. One of the vampires literally bit her in the leg, I think this is the one who lost her lower teeth. So she is, like, her lower front teeth. So she is just chomping with what few teeth she has left, because if she's going to die at the hands of this thing, then she may as well get a taste of what demon blood is like. She continued to strangle this vampire over and over as they all just start hammering into her, quite literally. It turns out very sulfuric. During all of this strangulation and bashing, she then says, "I have mastered observation. That was not satisfying." Throughout the fortress, they can probably hear these vampires just the thump of silver upon skull, of the resounding blows making it through multiple layers of earth, the shrieks of this bison demon and the howls of the vampires. There's a bite here to the left upper leg of that same vampire whose neck was partly broken. And then that same vampire bites the demon in the arm.
Collect the tools.
There's biting and strangling and thrashing going on. What was the killing blow? Dwarf Hammerlord Vampire strikes the master in the head with her Istra Thonget, bruising the muscle, jamming the skull through the brain, and tearing the brain. As you can see, one of our vampires has dropped their weapons. And that's this one, Shiloh Jack's lover. He can no longer breathe, and he's lost the ability to stand and grasp. So he cannot leave. Like he cannot stand up. He cannot breathe. Cannot grasp anything. But he will not die. But there's its corpse. He does, I mean, okay, let's see. So, which of you killed the final blow was scored by Neri of Doomslayer. One of the few dwarves who actually didn't bring a fucking hammer to this fight, and she somehow managed to score the final blow by just jamming her shield through this thing's skull. There it is. Geshak HobbledPuppet, the speck of silt, the bison brute, in the year 623. Well, I think if anybody has earned this, we have to give her the title of Demon Slayer. Avenger of grudges. I can't fit all of that. Avenger. That's fine. So, I don't know if he'll be able to just walk this off. Avenger, I hardly know her. Yep. Waiting for it. Say it. Say the line, Cherry. You know what we should do, though? We're gonna try putting in a hospital in place. Here to talk about the Great Lakes Avenger Initiative. Come with the court order. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna build a hospital just for the vampires. And we're gonna see if any of our dwarves can heal them up. Oh, the siege is still ongoing. You know what? Vampires? We still have some goblins out there to mop up. Kill them. Show them what happens when you invade the fortress of Doomslayer. Okay. It looks like this dwarf has also lost their ability to stand and their ability to grasp. And this one has just lost their ability to stand. I'm sending the vampires out on a very enthusiastic walk. Okay, go find those last invaders. Okay, I'm gonna get all this chipped out. Well, I definitely feel like I have to manage these vampires' enthusiasm from time to time. But yeah, it looks like the siege is over. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. We all get to feel some triumph knowing that we have just ended a demon queen. It looks like the artifact is being worked on. Claystone, 2 types of wool, nethercap, yellow zircons, and gypsum. This is going to be an interesting artifact indeed. Okay, we're gonna lock up the lock that up. Okay, the human merchants will be leaving soon. That's fine. We're gonna unlock the doors now that we can. Now that their safety is basically guaranteed. Ooh. Zukla Besmarzadot, the Teamster, has created Desid Dalzet Urith Umet, a sheep-wool dress. He offers it to the Doom of Figures. A dress. Its name translates to Snarl Matches, the Scar of Flukes. What a name. This is a sheep-wool dress. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned yellow zircon cabochons, decorated with sheep wool, and encircled with bands of alpaca wool. It is made with sheep wool cloth. The thread is emerald with emerald dye. On the item is an image of the defective thorns, the singing metal battle axe, and nethercap. On the item is an image of Jamie of Doomslayer, the dwarf, and Coil learning the giant grey squirrel in gypsum. Jamie is making a plaintive gesture. Coil learning is laughing. The artwork relates to the mortal wounding of the dwarf Jamie of Doomslayer by the zombie giant grey squirrel Coil learning in the Forests of Trouble in the early spring of 621, 2 years ago. Interesting. So clearly Clearly that wounding of Jamie was enough to make this particular dwarf very concerned. Those injuries would basically have killed mortal dwarves. How is Tara and her crotch goblins? Let's take a look. Now that the drama is done. Okay, it looks like she currently still has 2 children. She's ecstatic. And looks like she's going off to have herself a drink. Ooh, on her, she's got a ring here made of, this is a superior quality gold ring. She, wait, hang on, that's not her. She's got a silver earring, a gold ring, a short skirt, an emu leather dress, multiple amulets here. Yeah, she has just adorned herself in finery. And let's see, Last Hope is currently 5 years old. Short skirt, long jacket. I understood that reference. Romanda here is 4 years old. I feel like that dress would make an excellent piece of regalia for our monarch, should they ever show up. Okay, that ghost needs to go to rest. But hey, we have we have killed a demon. This calls for a this calls for a statue. So, furniture. We've got plenty of platinum, so we should definitely make this out of platinum. Platinum statue. Let's see what the artist comes up with if we allow them Geshak HobbledPuppet. Just allow the artist to do a little bit of creative license. Platinum, I hardly know him. Yeah. Got him. Okay, one of the vampires has managed to get up. It's just kind of lugging themselves back over. While we're at it, hi Clanadev, how you doing? Found out the other day that searching for platinum in site selection is the way to get big magnetite clusters. Oh, and you're just in time for a little experiment. I've heard it from the people of the Dwarf Fortress subreddit that we're having ourselves a bit of an experiment. Hi, Cryptic Expansion. I am indeed playing Dwarf Fortress. So we are going to make potash from ash. And then we are going to make some pearl ash. And we're going to make some clear glass because I want to try something out. Thank you for the headpads. Oh hey, it looks like one of the other vampires literally did just walk it off.
Oh, well, it's a raid.
Raid! Hi Leah, how you doing? For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today we're playing some Dwarf Fortress, and we just slew a demon. Here we go. Here's what the statue says. This is a well-crafted platinum statue of Geshak HobbledPuppet, the speck of silt. Let's see. Goblins. The Geshak HobbledPuppet is surrounded by the goblins. Relates to the selection of Geshak to the position of master of the Hell of Meetings in the year 1. Interesting. But not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's try again. But this time I'll pick a platinum statue, specify image, historical figure, Geshak HobbledPuppet, and dwarves. Delete the dwarf element. We want 0 for unnumbered dwarves. Yeah, how was stream? What were you streaming today? Were you doing some more Dead by Daylight? And then we're gonna put in another historical figure. We're gonna put in Neri of Doomslayer. Neri crypt assaults the Sanctuary of Jewels. What a name. Okay. Action. The dwarves are fighting with Geshak, and then Neri is striking down Geshak. Done. And some Dead by Daylight with NP for your 2v8s. How are the how do you feel about the 2v8s versus the 1v4s? Do you prefer one to the other? Okay, we're gonna dig ourselves a nice well here. Oh my god. He literally is just walking it off. He's kind of slow. But all of these vampires are basically just walking it off. They're just going back to training. I mean, the most any of them actually lost were a few teeth. Holy shit. These vampires are just built different, I guess. Like, sure, they cannot physically heal some of the horrific spinal injuries. Maybe some of them are crawling. I mean, they are vampires, yeah, but I'm not I was never sure how much they were able to heal up. You know, like, I was always... The jury was kind of out on that one. Okay, so that's going to be a pond. And over that pond, we are going to install a well. So the jury is done. I guess so. All right, we're gonna pop a well here. I'm gonna put in a steel block, a really well decorated bucket, a copper chain, some cool copper mechanisms. Because this area is going to be a hospital. That way, if the vampires ever suffer any horrific injuries again, if they need them to be tended to, then we'll make sure. Like, Law here, it still cannot stand and still cannot grasp and still cannot breathe, but is doing an individual combat drill. What exactly he is, like, he must still be just biting and, like, kicking, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna pop you back inside and lock the doors.
That pretty area that you said was a peak
Uh-huh.
called the Gloom,
Gloom, okay.
and it can take the place of the caldera.
Ah. I'm sorry. Bechtel as Murpeka, the human baby, is visiting? We're being visited by a baby.
He's a giant.
It just seems like a regular baby.
Got lost.
This baby has killed 2 guinea pigs, 1 rabbit, 2 other rabbits, and another guinea pig.
Destroy the baby. Baby ain't natural.
What the fuck is this baby? Why is it a proficient lasher? Why does it know how to use whips at a level 5 level? Why does it have level 4 skilled discipline? Why is its name flashing orange and red? This thing is cursed in some way, surely. Selected unit is cursed. No shit. Yes, thank you. I know it's cursed. I want to know in what way it's cursed. Okay. Curse check. Detail all. Bechtel as Murpeka, the human baby, born in the year 556, cursed in year 557 to be a werebeast. So this thing has been a baby for about 70 years. Alright, chat. Who wants to kill a werebaby? And yes, mods, you are welcome to add that quote. This is why we have vampires, for when someone needs to kill a baby and, well, yes, right there. Oh, yeah, that's a goblin monster slayer with an elf name. I also don't trust them either. Where is this baby? Here's the baby. So how does this work? So this thing has been, if it bites you, no, the baby is some form of werebeast. I just don't know what yet. Was contented after putting on a... How? Okay. Look at this. All of these creatures that she's been killing, she's been making them into pieces of jewelry. It's a baby, I know. And yet, it's able to turn into a werebeast of some sort. Where are the vampires when you need them? Oh my god, you know, they are... Of course. Of course the one that is completely incapable of standing or breathing or grasping things is the first one out here to kill a baby. Where the hell are the rest of the vampires? Okay, okay. They're all getting ready. They're all out here. I must have missed them with how fast they went. Much like that bison demon. Should you kill the baby? It's gonna be evil, but it hasn't yet. Is killing it right or wrong? I mean, it's survived for about 70 years. One assumes that it's going to kill things at some point. It's only a matter of time before it actually does. It's the baby. Oh, god damn it. The sound clip. Which sound clip?
Jesus!
You okay there?
Yeah, I just got licked by a frog. Scared me.
Okay. Normally you're supposed to lick the frog. Yeah.
Ah! Cut. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall asleep and die in the gloom.
Ash says, frog? Frog!
No, bad frogs. Bad frogs.
She is playing peek. Frog, 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 she says.
No.
Good frog.
Frogs are bad. These
No.
are bad frogs. Bad frogs.
Bad frogs.
Tried to kill me.
As most frogs generally do, yeah. Do you want salmonella? That's how you get salmonella.
Exactly!
Alright. You know what? The only reason that I'm letting this thing wander around is because I kind of want to see what it will turn into. I feel bad caving in the skull of a baby, but if it transforms into a werebeast, then I will be okay with putting it down. Out of the frog.
Out of the frogs and the fog!
Through the frogs and the fog we can.
Oh, frog! Damn it! I was safe! Now I don't know where I am! Oh god, did you trap me inside a fence? And now I'm gonna die.
Okay, by the way, folks, does anyone want to pay to have this vampire healed up? I really don't like the idea of this thing just, like, worming its way along the ground and just gently biting things to deal damage.
Yay!
Thank you, Minkus. You are a hero. The gods have said that, that you should be made whole. Okay. He's going off to pick up his equipment that he dropped. Oh, hey, he's actually Shiloh Jack's lover as well.
Run.
Shiloh Jack is a man. We have gay vampires. I love that.
Hit.
These really the words you wanted to have recorded on the internet. Oh, man. Gay vampires aren't that uncommon. True. Yeah, I knew there must be an issue with, because like babies never visit by themselves. Okay, let me get a clear glass block while we're waiting for this baby to die.
Okay.
Well, we're waiting.
I know, but still, just, you know.
We're waiting for this baby to transform into something that we can then make die.
Oh.
Sometimes in order to fight monsters, we have to become monsters ourselves. And sometimes we have to do very distasteful things. Yeah, Vampire Therapist was, yeah, there was a lot of gay vampire action there. We've got a new moon. Goblin Holy Muck. Oh shit, why is there a zombie dwarf down here? Who the hell was this? Was this one of our helpers? There's literally a Wikipedia page, lesbian vampire. Alright. You know what, yeah. Vampires, go put down the zombie dwarf before it makes a real mess in here. It's making a mess in here. That's a lot of beak dog blood and coati blood and vomit. Oh, that dwarf was one of our living folks who must have wandered into the vampire enclosure. Ah, well, you know what happens when you end up in a nest of vampires. You end up getting the suck. What the hell are these vampires? Come on, everyone. Get back inside. That baby gets to live. For now. Okay, the zombie is killed. Then get back out there and watch that baby. I wanna be there for when it I want to be there for when it transforms. I'd also really like it if Neri would actually pick up a fucking weapon again. But apparently she is just she's just mad enough for everyone. Okay, I don't like animals being injured, so... I'm obsessed with checking on this baby now. Transformers ended a mandate. Oh hey, we found some Alexandrite. Very cool. Spoken like a new mother. I will be 40 soon, so I am I'm almost old enough to be a MILF. Get rebuilding these forges. I don't know why they have decided to just kind of stop. I don't think that's how that works. Listen, plenty of people have called me mommy. It's not the same thing. I don't need this from you. Okay, let's see. Okay, it was a lead warhammer. Okay. Meanwhile, Neri is supposed to have a specific hammer. And then someone else picked it up, and she's refused to pick up any other hammer since then. I wonder if this baby recognizes that we're onto her. Felt fondness talking with an acquaintance? This baby is literally talking to the vampires and feeling fond about it. Oh my god. This is going to be really uncomfortable when we have to put this thing down. Oh look, a monster slayer necromancer. That guy's been to the fortress. Can I recruit her? She has not requested to become part of the fortress yet. She also hasn't moved from this spot, really. And I think that's because babies tend to be,
Babies?
yeah, they basically don't really have a purposeful movement pattern. Because she's a werebeast, she's never starved to death because, like, there's not been a mother around to feed her because she will just, she'll just transform. The vampires should adopt her. Ah, when you're right, you're right. Hang on. Let's see what happens if we do make own. She was a former member of the Nations of Glazing, but now she is part of the Doom of Figures. Okay, cool. Now, because we cannot physically move her properly, let's see what happens if we're just gonna use teleport here to make sure that she doesn't freak the hell out and start killing people. We're just gonna pop her in this little cell for now. Are we not a society that tries to care for those who are damned and inconvenient? When y'all are right, y'all are right. And now I'm deathly curious to see what she turns into. Okay, folks. Pop in and chat. What kind of werebeast do you think this child is going to turn into? Because all we know is that she is a werebeast. We do not know what kind of werebeast she'll turn into. Excuse me. It's only killed little stuff. Cat. Is werecat actually a thing? I don't know. Let's find out. Werebeast. Werecat is not a thing. I will link a, I didn't realize it would be a businessman. Let's see. I'm gonna put a link to the Dwarf Fortress wiki on werebeasts. Make your prediction in chat, and if you're correct, I will give you a gift sub. Okay, this well is operational. Werefrog, is that even a thing? I don't think that's a thing. It's not a thing, Ash. Hi there, Ari. How you doing? It's not a thing. It's not a thing in Dwarf Fortress.
Oh my god, I made it. Okay.
But yeah, we just killed a bison demon, so very happy about that. All right, folks. We have a break to take here. But once we come back, I'm going to take a look and see just what manner of creature this ends up turning into. Alright, folks. Get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is you need to do, and we will be right back. Alright, everybody. We're back. Vice and Violence has were-toads? Well, we're not playing Vice and Violence, or else I would probably be on a completely different site, to be fair. Thank you, Linkers. Looks like we've been making a whole lot of bone crafts lately. A lot of it giant cave toad bone. That's because we recently had to butcher a whole bunch of them to prevent them from getting out of hand. Now their bones are creating some highly decorative crafts. And Neri is still refusing to pick up any other hammer. Me keeping an eye on the werebeasts, just like, what the hell are you going to turn into? Okay, well, we've got a whole bunch of bolt throwers ready. You know, we could attempt to make peace with the goblins. After all, we have just slaughtered their leader. Struck them down in their prime. You just got Dan to join you. Abella is very low on health, but otherwise healthy. Gonna see if you can find some healing. That's a good plan. I would, yeah, Dan will make a very good medic. He actually does have some, I think he has some, oh! Bechdel as Merpica, the human baby, has become a were-tapir. A very large tapir twisted into humanoid form. It is crazed for blood and flesh. Its eyes glow aqua. Its sandy taupe hair is unkempt. Now you will know why you fear the night. This thing has only actually killed animals, so... yeah, maybe we, maybe we just, kind of keep this thing? I guess. I'm gonna squish it. Speak for me, the reason I fear the night is Batman. I'm not killing a baby. Y'all turned me around on it. Alright. Time to release some prisoners. Boom. Crush them. Oh. There we go. We've gotta try and clear out some of our stockpiles. Yeah, she is a 70-year-old baby, but like that's not something that she can control. You know? Baby Yoda. Like, her name is Grogu. If you want to name the baby were-tapir Grogu, you can. You just need to use the put me in the game coach redeem. Groga. Okay. Alright. We're gonna unlock the doors now that the vampires have been secured back in. And we're going to put, we've got a pedestal here in the tavern. Most of our enemies have been put in the hall of heroes and enemies. And I think this will be no exception. But we're going to put the scepter that we recovered on display in the tavern. Here we go, Geshak HobbledPuppet. And then a display for her bones. Okay, and then where's the scepter? Okay, its name is Black Squid. Where is it? Okay, it got thrown off somewhere else. If not, the game already put you in. Alright, will do. Alright, so I'm gonna name her Groga. And then, do you have a preference for what kind of dwarf you'd like, Lobster? We have dwarves, we have a few goblins, we even have these mushroom people. Okay, any of them good swimmers? Our vampires are all good swimmers. Ah, here we go. Geshak's mangled skeleton. God, can you imagine? This thing had a skeleton. If we had not killed this thing properly with our hammer vampires, she could have gotten back up as a zombie. Thought is terrifying. Yes, swimmers. I hardly know hers. Yeah, the vampires are all pretty good swimmers. Take a vampire then. Male or female? Transform out here, punching some more alpaca wool to death. Good. But yeah, male. Okay, gotcha. So, Chad, now that we have slain the, Demon Queen, do you think we try and establish peace? Or do you think we get them to accept an unconditional surrender? Thank you for the delicious egg. All right, let me grab you a Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll make you yeah, we'll make you this dwarf here, the one who is let's see, we've got one who's lovers with Shiloh Jack, we've got one who is lover with Neri, we have one who is just kind of close friends with all the other vampires. Hi Kate, 7 streams. I know, that really does make you think. Is that a mod, Cherry? Like, I don't recognize that version of Elizabeth the First. Okay, you know what? We'll make you this one who, you know, they've got some pretty notable kills. It's not a mod. Oh, I did not recognize that particular version of Elizabeth. Okay, you are now Blue Lobster of Doomslayer. And you actually have a title, The Diminished Labor. That only happens when you have a certain number of kills. Let's see. He is basically unbreakable, unbelievably strong, amazingly agile, and indefatigable. That's mostly due to training and becoming a vampire. He's incredibly muscular. Medium-length beard is neatly combed, sideburns are clean-shaven, very long mustache is neatly combed, very long hair is tied in a ponytail, his ears are narrow, his heliotrope eyes are somewhat narrow, his hair is brown and his skin is dark brown, although quite pale on account of him being, you know, dead. Unbreakable focus, stunning feel for spatial relationships, awesome intellectual powers, an iron will, a great deal of patience, a very good sense of the position of his own body, good intuition, an ability to read emotions fairly well, but has an iffy memory. He's just been leveling up everything since he's dead. He's not driven and rarely feels the need to pursue even a modest success. He is bashful but friendly, isn't given to flights of fancy, is very humble, rarely feels discouraged, can often lose focus on the matter at hand, does not have a great aesthetic sensitivity, is conflicted by this as he values artwork in his creation. He personally thinks that the concept of sacrifice for others is truly disgusting. Thinks it is of the utmost importance to present a bold face and never grouse, complain, or even show emotion. Believes that peace is always preferable to war. Values romance. Respects the law and values merrymaking. He dreams of mastering a skill, and that dream was realized. He likes dacite, tin, red zircon, maple wood, gauntlets, quivers, alpacas for their long necks, and the sound of the cradle of shells. When possible, he prefers to consume strawberry wine, and absolutely detests hamsters. Okay. Welcome to the fortress, Lobster. Hi, Reki. How you doing? Yes, we do have the cutie cherry-flavored comics. Okay, you know what? We're gonna make a save file, and we're gonna do negotiations. Not aggressive negotiations, but still. Reading, gotta randomly add long walks on the beach. He's looking for a dwarf whose neck would look good with his teeth on it. Aggressive negotiations. That's negotiating with a lightsaber. Unfortunately, all of the sabers that we have here are pretty heavy, so I guess we can't really do any aggressive negotiations. He wants one thing, and it's your neck. He's a neck romancer. Tish. Alright. We are gonna send Transfem out to the Dark Goblin Fortress of Steel Dive. We are going to demand their unconditional surrender. Not only is she a messenger, but she's also our countess, so this is kind of a risk. Here's hoping that the goblins will see reason. She is resplendent in a pig bone mask, an ochre head veil made of phantom spider silk, and a cool phantom spider silk dress. She's wearing all sorts of cool silk stuff. Two different crowns, one made of copper, the other made of bauxite, and a unicorn bone amulet, a pigtail cloak. Yeah, she is just festooned with jewelry here. She is going out to say, look, y'all have thrown wave after wave of goblins at us. We have put every last one of those waves down. We have broken your sieges, splintered your siege engines. Even the land and the zombies on it rose up to tear apart the troll engineers that you wished to see tear us apart. We've even slain your queen and reclaimed the scepter that was once ours. Grudges have been satisfied. Let's not keep doing this. We know you're smart enough to see reason. Oh my god, that necromancer stole our fucking mug. Oh, the next time we come back here, he is dead. More dead. Although technically necromancers, I learned, are not actually dead. My mug. It was an artifact mug that was one of our first artifacts. I thought visitors were supposed to stop stealing those. Alright. Well, time to see if the goblins will see reason. While we're at it. Oh, gotcha. You know, there's a fair few goblins in some of these cages. And I think we're going to allow them to go free. Of course, they'll have to get through all of our military if they want to stand a chance of getting out of here. But it's the only chance they'll have. Alright, so, meeting area... Wait, we can put a couple more beds in here. Hopefully some have actually... Haven't? Do we need to cut down more trees? You know what? Let the elves be mad at us. Who gives a shit if the elves are mad at us? We just put down a demon queen. Why should I give a f... if the elves are mad at us? When an elf's not mad at you. We've had pretty good trade relations for a while. This one comes with the Rulers of Legend DLC pack. Ah, okay, okay. Here we go. Right. We've got the scepter assigned. Once we have that ready, we'll put it on the pedestal and then we'll... God. Yes, I know. It's gone. Put the passway back so when it came out you just got it? Gotcha. Okay. I've never actually... I don't think I've actually played with Elizabeth I before. That particular outfit looks unfamiliar. Or at least not with that version. Like, I think it's always been Victoria that I've used. Trying to find some bad anime you watched, looking for buff cat and exploding skeleton dragon. Huh. God, yeah, we were saying before that AI just ruins everything. I'm gonna have to try someone different the next time we face off. How's Minkus doing? Let's check in on him, shall we? Random is always fun. Yeah, you're right. What are you butchering there? Giant fox corpse? Got it. Let's see, Minkus seems to be doing okay. Dejected after being unable to acquire something. You know what? Let's, we're gonna make ourselves a couple, we're gonna make a little stockpile. We're gonna make it for leather, and we're going to make it for cloth. Hopefully we can get some textiles into his enclosure, and in that way he can create some clothing for himself. We can do that without risking exposure too badly. Just think, our deeds are going to be legendary now. We have toppled not just a mummy lord, but now a demon queen. Should we kind of instruct Terra to make him some clothes? I could kind of do so. I would just have to trap Terra in a place that's close by so that he could get those clothes. Because yeah, right now his socks are looking kind of worn, so are his trousers, which, you know, kind of to be expected from somebody who regularly transforms into a were-bison. Looks like one of our plump helmet men doctors is just absolutely devouring as many of the different books as they can in a metaphorical sense. I don't know how they're reading these books because they don't have eyes. But, you know, who am I to tell a mushroom man what to do or what not to do? So yeah, treatise on division. It concerns an algorithm for dividing one number into another, possibly yielding a remainder. It's all on vibes. Yeah, maybe they're just touching the book. Also, plump helmet men are fascinating. I think it would be interesting to try and, if we had enough of them, it'd be cool to train them up with the military, because they apparently can survive in temperatures of magma for like at least a season, and on top of all of that, they also have no central nervous system, which means that they can keep attacking even when they don't have like their limbs don't need a brain to swing any of their attacks. So you can stab them directly in what passes for a head, but it won't kill them. Central confidence system. Well, just a mild tree fell here. I really think that the our chief medical dwarf here, Shem, she's been looking over the combat reports of how those vampires did, and she's like, man, I wish I could have been there to see personally those vampires with the massive nervous damage to their necks just get back up and be like, nah, I'm built different. It was her idea to start using vampires for defense in the first place. So now, after seeing how effective they've been in combat, she's decided we should have more. We should create more vampires. You are funny, Cherry. Sounds like the beginning of a horror novel. Such is the way of things here in Doomslayer. We've been working hard on making monsters here, on creatures who basically have become worse than us. You know, who are the worst monsters out there in order to defend us from all of the many threats that we face here. We don't have a broker. Did we lose that? Damn, okay. That must have been the one who went into the vampire enclosure. Okay, looks like we have dwarves come to trade. Different civilization to our own, but I'm sure they will be eager to hear the exploits of the Fortress of Doomslayer. Here we go. The mangled corpse of the Bison Demon is now on display. And there's the statue. And it also has decorations of cave toad bone. Perfect. Wood. You should have seen it. That Bison Demon literally just bit the teeth out of one of the vampire's mouths. Was about as aggressive as it was potentially sexual. All right, let's haul these goods over to the dwarves. Who's to say? Right, yeah. Little of column A, a little bit of column B. The B stands for bite, and possibly bison. God, there's just a constant trail of vomit here. Yeah. Next time we'll focus on taking care of this wear tape here. I think it's like 3 men and a baby, except it's 10 vampires and a baby. Hmm. Thank you for reminding me, Ari. Is there a were capybara? That's a good question. There does not appear to be. Alright, have a good night, Ari. Thanks for being here. They are too chill to bite. There is, however, a were sloth, a were squirrel. Oh no, wait, no, shit, there is a were capybara. Holy shit. I've never seen one, but it is a thing in-game. That's amazing. Okay, if we lock that and open that up. Yes, where capybara? South America, usually. Ah. Okay, get some more rooms up while we're waiting for the merchants to unload their goods. Yeah, hopefully this triumph over the forces of the Hell of Meetings is enough to humble them. Okay. We've got some gems. I would like the Hell of Meetings. Yes, that is the name of the goblin civilization. They definitely know what's up about meetings, right? Star charts and the Wizard's Guide to Reproduction. Let's buy those. We're gonna pick up as many
Hey, bitch!
yeah, we're gonna pick up as many books as we can. Hi Mitha, how you doing? It's good to see you. Can I get a shout out for Mitha, please? Is that one book? Star Charts Abridged, The Wizard's Guide to Reproduction. Yep, that's another one. No, Star Charts Abridged is a different one, and then The Wizard's Guide to Reproduction is a different one. I don't know, like, there aren't wizards in the game yet. But when we do have wizards in the game, I will be sure to make a brand new world for them. Maybe that's what the Wizard's Guide to Reproduction is all about. Clearly, Terra has requested that one specifically, based on the name alone. Either a dry, informative textbook or a super spicy erotic novel. Well, let's find out. Written content. What do you mean? I literally just bought it. Okay, written content. Literally just bought it. I do not know why it's gone. Maybe it's maybe they cannot track it while someone's picking it up. Love that we're continuing to melt stuff down. Making good use of that goblinite.
Respect trans rights or expect trans fights.
Hell yeah, Jakers. Shiloh Jack has bestowed the name Ethadnog Ral Rul upon an iron shield. Which translates to decent feat, the silvers of muting. I don't know. Like. Ain't that the guy who trained Batman? Sure, why not? Have a good night, Jakers. I am glad you stuck around, and I hope to see you soon. Okay. Time to sell off some ammunition, including a whole bunch of grown applewood arrows. We have no need for these wooden arrows. We are not elves. Ah, they did bring some cool musical instruments. Let's see. No awesome animals this time, although maybe we just didn't meet with the outpost liaison. Would elves even use wooden arrows? Why, yes, they would, but they made the wooden arrows themselves, so so yes, they did. They do. You can't complain about that one, Cherry. You gave me that one. Ooh, strawberries, we can make wine. And cranberries will attract zombies. Get some parchment. I've always found it easier to just trade for parchment because there's just way too much, way too many steps in making parchment, you know?
I peeked.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna try out an experiment here. So as you can see, this is a floor made of rock, and underneath it is a demon that's trapped in the rock. I've been told by the people on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit that if you build a glass floor over the rock floor, that the glass floor will take precedent and it will allow you to see what's directly underneath it, therefore basically letting you scry directly into what's below, which will allow us to just safely peruse the different the different like hidden things there. The Forgotten Beast, Ino Ofo Taba, has come. An enormous, skinless lizard. It has 2 narrow tails and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its poisonous sting. When trapped in a rock sounds like uranium. You know, it was basically about as deadly when we unleashed one. Several people just kind of bled all out of their skin and died. A couple of dwarves threw up. You know, probably. This thing's coming to kill us. I don't like that. Yes, we locked the door because, as you can see, it was just about to murder a dwarf that was passing by the stairs there. We're bringing the military down to meet it. It only has a sting, so we should be okay. It doesn't seem to be trying to break the door down, thankfully. I guess Forgotten Beasts are not, building destroyers like they used to be. Oh, hey, we've got dwarves on this side of the door, and another military dwarf on the other side sneaking up. We're all just like, okay, we're ready to kill this thing. We're gonna ambush it from both sides. Die! Well, that's a lot of Forgotten Beast blood. The Spearmaster was stunned by just how quickly it lunged back, though. There's some stabbing. Cave dragons are involved, and then boom. Not a single hit on our dwarves. However, comma, we're going to station the military directly around it because the corpse. Take a drink every time you hear this. The corpse is not mangled, which means that that thing is going to come back as a zombie. All of the incredibly skilled dwarves with their jabberers and bears and dragons, all just perched around this titanic lizard, ready for it to get back up. Like, come on, do it. Come back from the dead. Oh, yeah, there we go. The clear glass block is on the floor and you can see the demon underneath it. What happens if we remove the block now? Can we will there still be rock underneath? I mean, yeah, we literally are just being like, come on, do something. I don't know how long it takes to get back up. But we're gonna build a butcher's workshop over here so that we can take advantage of the enormous amount of meat that is going to be on this thing's bones. Some migrants have arrived despite the danger. I don't like how long I don't like how long Transformer's been away on this mission. I'm gonna call her back. Starting to think it's bugged because it's literally only 2 days travel. I get knocked down, but I get up again. There's something cursed in the ground. Alright, we're gonna build a butcher shop. And then we're gonna build a tannery. Game Crash gonna try again later. Going to explore the place again. Lucky you did learn a lot of the map. Yeah, it's the one of the big parts of Termina is just kind of learning the map and how to make it work for you. And then just, yeah, grab as many books of enlightenment as you can, and then as many, you know, if you get the Skin Bible of the God of Fear and Hunger, then you are set to start making other save points. Yeah, have a great rest of your night. Hey Queen, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, Transform is back. I think we're gonna assign a different messenger though, because maybe it's bugged because like having the Countess as a messenger, I think does not work. So we are going to assign a different person to be a messenger. You there, Rakust. You're a proficient messenger. How about we send you off and see if this works this time. Make peace. Actually, no, don't make peace. Demand their unconditional surrender. We'll see if it works. Got the book we didn't have. Oh shit, that sucks. This is why I don't feel bad if people put a whole bunch of books of enlightenment into the game, just so that they can save to avoid crashes. An attempt was made, Jerry. I've missed having you in chat. Not least of all for reasons like this. Sensed a distinct lack of cringe. I find your lack of cringe disturbing. How did that zombie... Oh, okay. Cool. That's fine. Okay. We have the scepter available. So now we are going to put up some bars. Now we're gonna we're gonna be ostentatious about this. We're gonna make them out of platinum. And then we will put up some pillars here and make those out of platinum too. Individually, all of these bars are like way more expensive than the scepter that's on this pedestal. But it's the principle of the thing. We want to make sure that nobody steals this thing. Because we went to a lot of effort to secure it. And now anybody can look through these bars and see this fantastic display piece. We used it to, you know, it's like for centuries, this thing has been out of our possession. The mere plaything, a tool of office of a fell demon bison. And now it is back in our possession. A grudge satisfied, a wrong put right. And that makes for a hell of a story. Doing a good job avoiding combat. We have a good weapon, so as soon as you get some survivability, you will clean up. I bet, like, Abella actually has some really good combat capabilities. Especially once she has the ability to make some really good weapons, you know? Oh, here we go. Rakust Thobakgos the Messenger has returned. In the mid-autumn of 623, a demand of unconditional surrender proposed by the Avalanche of Figures was rejected by the Hell of Meetings at Steel Dive. The dwarf Rakust Clinches of the Avalanche of Figures met with the goblin Zolak Handelterra, master of the Hell of Meetings, to demand unconditional surrender. The great number of lost invaders made the task seem more possible. Rakust Clinches attempted to appeal to shared history and show empathy. Zolak Handelterra read their opponent's underlying motivations. The proposal was a resounding failure. Well, if the proposal was a resounding failure, then we will have to keep making war on them. Yes. Oh, hey, the corpse has been mangled. Okay, we can butcher it up now. Yeah, we're just like, so how'd it go? We're just like, not well. They took exception to the fact that we murdered their leader. All right, folks. We're about to have a little ad break, so everybody get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is you need to do, and we will be right back. All right, everyone, we're back. Where? Hi, Morango. How you doing? I'm doing the usual U.S. foreign policy. Look, their leader came to kill me. Like, this time it was legit self-defense, you know? Weird glitch on your end? What happened? Ooh, that is a lot of good meat right there. 177 units of meat. That's what happens when you have a zombie forgotten beast. Let's see. You are quite happy. Blissful remembering sleeping in a fantastic bedroom. Oh, weird. Pleasure, looked like you felt triumph after the, after our, oh my god. After our victory over the, during the siege. Okay, so let's see. Your title is Morango, let me get the translation here because it doesn't fit on the thing. So, Calor is throne. Logem is paint. So, yeah, Callum throne paint, and then, let's see, Othlest is scorching. Rakust is tomb. Katak is scale. So you are the Scorching Tomb of Scales. Very cool. And a bunch of beak dogs that grow up. What the hell is Lenny fighting? Apparently there was a zombie cat in here at some point. Lenny seems fine though. There are a lot of people in here to help fight it. Yeah, sure. Okay, so this, so Minkus has goblets now. Multiple goblets, so he is able to drink alcohol. Oh, you know what? If we do a bin. Let's see, other object, silver. Is bin in like other objects? No. Is it in furniture? Make a silver bin. It looks like we have another clothier here. They have claimed a workshop. They're about to make another cool piece of clothing. That is badass, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, once these guys have legendary skills, then the Diamond Swamps shall be our next source of vampire super soldiers. Okay, so make this area a hospital. We'll add in another bed and a traction bench. That way, if any of the vampires, require medical assistance, then hopefully they can heal up in the hospital. What did you kill to get that title? Let's take a look at your kill count, shall we? While you spar with one of your friends. You have killed 16 various different types of zombies. Well, 15 different types of zombies and a troglodyte. And then a zombie giant rat, a zombie troglodyte, a zombie giant blue jay, a couple of different goblins, a giant grease squirrel, and a zombie, and a zombie giant wolf. Yeah, you've definitely you've been an excellent source of security for this fortress. Okay, a mysterious construction. We have alpaca wool, sheep wool, nickel silver, pine logs, giant wolf leather, giant cave toad leather, trifle pewter, and giant cave toad bone. Whatever this piece of clothing is, hopefully it's amazing. You know what? We're going to send our messenger out again. Demand unconditional surrender. Hopefully, if he gets enough practice at it. Those giant bumblebees? Yes, they're from a mod. They are woolly mason bees. They produce, they produce wool and basically nothing else. Also, I do love that there's a book called, let's see, The Fire Book and Burning, Uncovered, and Captivated by Combustion. Concerns the classification of combustible materials. Okay, say a really funny Deltarune comic on Blue Sky. Noel tells Carol, Mama, I might be a homosexual. Carol says, ahem. Might be a homo. Oh, goddamn. You know, that makes sense. I can see that. Ah.
Hey, bitch!
What do I call a gay cow? I don't know. What do you call a gay cow? Penny? Thank you for the delicious egg. It's a right glove, of course it is. Thank you for the delicious egg. And let's see. Let's take a look at this amazing glove. Its name translates to Locum Contained Trade. This dwarf literally named this glove after themselves. This is an alpaca wool right glove. All craft store ship is of the highest quality. It is studded with trifle pewter, decorated with sheep wool, and encircled with bands of alpaca wool, sheep wool, and cave toad leather. It is made from alpaca wool cloth. This object menaces with spikes of nickel, silver, pine, and giant cave toad bone. On the item is an image of trillion cut gems in giant wolf leather. On the item is an image of Dostenkosp, Tech Unions, the Goblin, and Burango, the Scorching Tomb of Scales, in cave toad leather. Burango is striking down the Goblin. With Dawn Sandals, the Jump of Fraying, which I assume is the name of their weapon. Rainbow. Oh, that's pretty good, Sid. That is pretty damn good. Well done. Like, solid 9 out of 10 pun. the GeoGuessr guy, I don't know GeoGuessr, so if so that joke just kind of went over my head. Hydrate and hallucinate. What does one use with a 9-tongue shell vessel to produce an elixir of foresight? Unfortunately, I feel like you've overestimated the amount of tongues there. With that many tongues, it's impossible to have a vessel of foresight. It's only possible to have a vessel of 9-sight. Still, I appreciate you I appreciate you asking about it, and I hope that you ask more cool and insightful questions in the future. Okay, we're up to 157 dwarves. That is a lot. Okay, Transfem wants us to make slabs, so we will do so. In addition to having some extra dwarves here, I think we also in addition to having the second squad of vampires, I think we need to have a couple of helpers in here. Let's see, a peasant. A couple of farmers and peasants, people who won't necessarily be missed all that much. Three should be enough. I'm gonna move them into this area. I don't know where to hunt a 4-tongue tyrant. Surely a 9-tongue tyrant would be even more suitable. What am I doing to the peasants? The peasants are being given an opportunity to live forever. Ooh. The Bronze Colossus, Anoth Spish Abikim Ingashab has come. A gigantic magic statue made of bronze and bent on mayhem. Let's see, you are currently weaving some thread. And you are doing, you are quite pleased with yourself. You have a pet grizzly bear and a pet giant bat. And you've got a great number of friends in this fortress. Peasants, rise up. You have nothing to lose with your chains. Look, they're going to live forever. Is that such a bad thing? Oh, look at this thing. Its name translates to Anoth Bristle Idol, the Greater Queen. I want it. Quote number 38. Okay, chat, who wants to kill a werebaby? You know, most people see a giant monster coming towards you. And you're just like, we should try and dispatch this thing. Me, I'm like, I want this thing. I want to capture it. Everybody depart for the burrows. We unban, we take everyone out of that burrow who is a vampire. Get everyone to run away. Hopefully it moves past the, Okay. It's just gonna beat the shit out of that bear. And that cat. Okay, hopefully this dwarf will get inside before everything gets fucked up. It should get over the weapon traps with no issue because it's made of magical bronze. It's basically immune to everything except steel. That and the cage traps. Okay, it's coming in. Boom, baby! Throw a fluffy wambler at it. I know, I understand that reference. Well, we have our very own bronze colossus now. Looks like our messenger returned and was once again rejected our... Let's see. I have one of those in Rhodes, I know, right? And all roads lead to Rome. Let's see. Okay, was rejected. The dwarf Rakust met with the goblin Zolek Handleterror. The great number of lost invaders made the task seem more possible. Rakust attempted to appeal to shared history and show empathy. Zolek joined in the discussion of history and past griefs, but did not agree. Okay. Grew up on Queen in the movie Highlander for some reason. Well, we're gonna have to keep at it. What will I do with it? That's a good question. I might, Oh, hey. Oh no, that's the messenger. Could be useful for killing prisoners. It could be useful for setting on forgotten beasts. Or it might just make a cool museum piece. Or maybe, if we intend to lay siege to hell now, perhaps a bronze colossus can lead the charge. There's all sorts of things we could do with it. Okay, so where are the condemned? So, Monom is here. Where is Edsel and Vapuk? Sleeping. Well, I suppose he should enjoy sleeping while he can. Where he's going, he's not going to be getting any sleep. Because vampires don't need to sleep. Yeah, I just kind of like with these three dwarves turning into vampires, they can either see to the medical needs of the vampires, they can provide company, they can help craft things, you know, they can help see to their needs and get things ready for when the next squad is created. Where he's going, he won't. Okay. So back up. Okay, we've got all three of them in here. Kate, leave. All right. Lock them in here. Then we forbid all the alcohol. And we give them access to the well. And we disband their squad. So either these three dwarves will become vampires too, because of the water in here filled with vampire blood. Actually, you know what? Let's just top that up a little quick with a bit of water. So either they will become part of the vampire core, or they will just become.
Hello? It's a raid.
Hello, Akemi. How you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're hope you had a great stream tonight. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today we are soon finishing up here our stream of Dwarf Fortress. How was stream tonight? What were you playing? Let's see, advance the story a bit in Eternal Strands. I don't know that one. Tell me more. Dwarf Fortress has been great. We have slain a demon that came to lay siege to us. We have tapped into magma in the vaults here, and you know, it's been a very interesting session altogether. We also had a baby show up just by itself, and then it turned out that the baby was a were-tapir. And it's just kind of stayed as a baby because it keeps transforming. Yeah, Cherry convinced me to keep it. It's like, it followed me home. Ah, here we are. It seems that at least one of these peasants has now become a vampire. When faced with the decision of death or immortality, Monam here chose immortality. Not sure with what though, because the vampire was literally dragging itself along the ground. One of them was, yeah. Oh hey, he's playing some music now. And no, it still had legs. It just it had severe spinal damage, and like its lower teeth had been ripped out. Wait, whose corpse? Oh, must have been a bear. Let's see. Eternal Strands is an action RPG, adventure RPG about a band of magic users who explore ruins in a place blocked off from their world for several years. Bosses are also similar to Titans, and it's kind of got Shadow Colossus vibes. Queer romance and side stories. I love that. That sounds amazing. Head of the studio is the director of Dragon Age Inquisition. That sounds like a fine pedigree altogether. Right now, we're just kind of watching these two dwarves that have been trapped with the vampires, and we're just like, we're waiting to see if they will either fall asleep or become thirsty. Whichever one happens first will dictate their future. Well, this one has chosen vampirism, so the only thing that's left is this peasant. Will this peasant choose to become? Will this peasant choose to become another vampire, or will they become? You know, I find it really cool. Like, not everybody can do it, of course, because it's, you know, a huge undertaking. But like, it is cool to see these different stories and different developers going solo and just starting their own studio and making like indie stuff. It's either vampire or zombie, exactly. I saw a dwarf recite the perfect languages and sloths out of the Curses of Blood. It's interesting. The Curses of Blood is the name of this tavern, because this is where the well is full of the cursed blood. One way or another, you're going to be undead. And if you're a zombie, they will just kill you again. So that way, you are dead. Oh, wow to you too, Mystic. Yeah, have a good night, Acme. Thanks for popping in. Seems like one of our new vampires is meditating on death. Yeah, nice to see you too. Right, well, we're gonna leave them to it. Looks like we've got some good fuel going down here and some different metals. Excellent. Magma glass. We've got plenty of tetrahedrite down here. Would be good to start smelting that. And now we have literally no need to use fuel for any of this. So there's no reason not to keep this all just going constantly. Looks like people are making some picks down here too. Perfect. We will definitely need some good pickaxes down here. You know what we want? Let's see. Other object, iron. Is minecart down here? It is. Okay. Now then, what kind of stockpile do we need for minecarts? Is it furniture? It is, okay. So, we're gonna make a stockpile for minecarts down here. Then we're gonna make some minecarts up there. And the minecart should get hauled down to the stockpile here. we pour the magma directly into here while the minecarts are down there, and that will hopefully fill them up. Then we drain the magma out of there, and what should be left is several iron minecarts full of magma. We can then dump that magma somewhere else. An Elkman Pale Slayer. You certainly have some nerve. Be careful to keep it on. Yes, because if it comes above ground, it then becomes lava. Put the baby in a minecart, it'll be... I know, yeah, we had the same joke. Okay, I'm gonna have this guy interviewed for potential crimes. I don't trust any of the elk people ever since they started, you know, laying siege to us. They claim to be from a different civilization, but you never know. Space Pants is coming to interrogate them. I think that's where we'll leave it, because this has been a very productive, very exciting session, I would say. Next time we can knuckle down and start trying to find the adamantine. Okay, we're interrogating. What's the results? Let's see. Met with subject. Appealed to subject's belief in harmony. Subject valued harmony. Subject revealed that in the late spring of 606, subject plotted to infiltrate the immortal trenches and steal treasures and prepare a coup. And looks like they have tried to steal a lot of different things. Not only are they trying to plot a coup to take over this fortress, they've plotted to take over the last fortress I created. Thanks for admitting it, dipshit. Time to punish them. We're gonna lock the door and keep you in there until we figure out what the hell to do with you. Technically, your sentence is 224 days, but I say your sentence is death at a later date. With that, we're gonna say good night to the dwarves of Doomslayer for now. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. Should still squish the... I'm not squishing the child! Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all the cool things that make the algorithm go burr. And a big shout out to my tier 2 subscribers, Valtteri and Fizzypuff. However you support me, it helps me make as much content as I can. So, thank you once again for watching, and remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be. So, light it up.